prison cell was dark and cold. In the corner sat a young alien woman. Her skin glowed with a soft blue light. Her name was Zara. She looked at her hands. These hands had not touched another living being in 7 years. 7 long, lonely years. The guards walked past her cell. They wore thick protective suits. They never came close. They were afraid. Everyone was afraid of her. Stay back from the bars. One guard told the other. Remember what happened to Stevens? Zara remembered too. Guard Stevens had accidentally touched her arm 3 years ago. He screamed and fell to the floor. He survived, but he never walked the same way again. She was from the planet Lumina. Her people had special powers. Their bodies created deadly energy. One touch could kill a human. But her people knew how to control this power. They touched each other every day. Physical contact kept their energy balanced and safe. Then the war came. Her planet was destroyed. Everyone died. Everyone except her. The enemy soldiers found her in the ruins. They put her in this prison. They locked her away from the world. No one could touch her. No one wanted to touch her. 7 years passed. 7 years without a single touch. Without a hug. Without holding someone's hand. The loneliness was worse than any torture. Her power was fading now. Without contact with others, her energy was dying. She was dying too, slowly, quietly. Other prisoners called her the Death Touch. They whispered stories about her. They said she was a monster, a killer, but Zara was not a monster. She was just alone. Very, very alone. Suddenly, loud alarms started ringing. Red lights flashed everywhere. Zara stood up. Something was wrong. She heard explosions, screaming, gunfire. The prison was under attack. Guards ran past her cell. They did not look at her. They were running away, leaving everyone behind. More explosions. Closer now. The walls shook. Dust fell from the ceiling. Zara grabbed the bars of her cell. "Let me out," she shouted. "Please." No one listened. No one came. Black smoke filled the hallway. She could barely breathe. The sounds of battle grew louder. Then she heard footsteps. Heavy boots on metal floor. Someone was coming toward her cell. Through the smoke, she saw a figure. A soldier, tall, wearing armor, but not the prison guard uniform. The soldier walked straight toward her. Zara's heart beat faster. Who was this? Friend or enemy? The smoke cleared a little. She could see him better now. He was human. A human soldier with a strange badge on his chest. He stopped in front of her cell. He looked directly at her with calm, steady eyes. Zara pressed herself against the back wall. "Stay away from me," she warned. "I am dangerous. Very dangerous." The soldier did not move back. He did not look afraid. He simply said, "I know who you are, and I am here to help." The human soldier stood in front of Zara's cell. His name tag read Morrison. "My name is Captain Jake Morrison," he said calmly. "I am with the Human Space Marine Rescue Unit. We are evacuating all prisoners before the pirates take over this prison." Zara shook her head. "You cannot help me. I will kill you if you touch me. Go away." "Save the others." Jake pulled out a small scanning device. He pointed it at her. The device beeped several times. He looked at the screen and then at her. "Your energy levels are very low," he said. "Almost critical. You are weak. Your power cannot hurt anyone right now." "You are wrong," Zara said. Her voice shook. "I have killed before. I do not want to kill again." Another explosion rocked the prison. The lights went out for a moment. Emergency lights came on. Everything looked red. Jake looked down the hallway. "Those pirates will be here in less than 2 minutes. If they find you, they will either kill you or sell you as a weapon." "Is that what you want?" Zara said nothing. She had heard stories about space pirates. They were cruel. They showed no mercy. "We can stand here and argue," Jake said. "Or you can trust me and live." "Your choice." Zara looked at his face. There was no fear in his eyes, only determination. When was the last time someone looked at her without fear? "Why do you want to save me?" she asked. "Everyone knows what I am. Everyone knows I am dangerous." Jake stepped closer to the cell bars. "Because everyone deserves a second chance. Even prisoners. Even people like you." Suddenly they heard shouting, gunfire. The pirates were breaking through the main doors. "Time is up," Jake said firmly. He pressed a button on his wrist device. The cell door unlocked and slid open. Zara backed away. "No, do not come closer." But Jake walked into the cell. He extended his hand toward her. "We leave now. Together. Or we both die here." "I am not leaving without you." Zara stared at his hand. That hand so close. She had not seen an unprotected hand near her in 7 years. Please, she whispered. You do not understand. If I hurt you, you will not, Jake interrupted. Trust me, and trust yourself. The pirates were getting closer. She could hear their heavy boots, their angry voices. They were shooting at everything. Zara looked at Jake's face one more time, then at his hand, still extended, still waiting, still steady. She took a deep breath. Her own hand trembled as she slowly reached out. Their fingers touched. Nothing happened. No explosion. No screams. No death. Just contact. Warm, real, human. Zara's eyes filled with tears. For the first time in 7 years, she felt another living being. The sensation was overwhelming. Her knees went weak. I can feel, she whispered. Jake smiled a little. See, you are safe. Now we need to move. But Zara could not move. Her whole body started shaking. 7 years of isolation. 7 years of no touch. The feeling was too much. Too powerful. Her legs gave out. She started to fall. Jake caught her before she hit the ground. He lifted her onto his shoulder. I have got you, he said. Behind them, pirates burst into the corridor. They started shooting. Contact bridge. Jake spoke into his communicator. I have the prisoner. Need emergency extraction. South corridor. Multiple hostiles. He ran with Zara on his shoulder. Bullets hit the walls around them. Sparks flew everywhere. Zara's consciousness faded in and out. She felt his shoulder, his hand holding her. Real, solid. Not alone, but something else was happening. Deep inside her body, something was waking up. Something that had been sleeping for years. Her skin started to glow, brighter than before. Much brighter, Jake noticed. Your energy levels are rising fast, he said, looking at his scanner while running. Very fast, Zara tried to speak. I cannot control. Her whole body began to shine with blue light. Energy crackled around her like lightning. Jake kept running. He did not let her go. Stay with me, he said. Just stay with me. The light grew brighter and brighter. The air around them started to vibrate. Something big was coming, something dangerous. Jake ran through the burning corridors. Zara was still on his shoulder. Her body glowed brighter with every second. The blue light was so strong now that it lit up the entire hallway. Captain Morrison, a voice crackled in his communicator. We are reading massive energy spikes from your location. What is happening? The prisoner is awake, Jake replied, breathing hard. Her power is returning. Abort the mission. Leave her behind. Negative, Jake said firmly. I am bringing her out. He turned a corner. 5 pirates stood there with weapons pointed at him. They opened fire. Jake dove behind a broken wall. Bullets hit all around him. He held Zara tight. I am sorry, Zara whispered weakly. This is my fault. Nothing is your fault, Jake said. He looked at the pirates. 5 of them, too many. He reached for his weapon, but then Zara's eyes opened wide. They glowed pure blue. Her body released a massive wave of energy. The wave exploded outward like a bomb. The pirates were thrown backward. They hit the walls hard and fell unconscious. Their weapons melted from the heat. The metal walls bent. Lights exploded. Sparks rained down everywhere, but Jake was not hurt. Zara's energy flowed around him like water around a rock. She was protecting him. The energy wave stopped. Zara fell back against Jake, breathing heavily. What did I do? She asked, her voice shaking. Jake looked around at the destruction. You saved us. He helped her stand. She was weak but could walk now. They moved together through the damaged corridor. Jake kept his hand on her arm. The contact helped her stay calm. My people needed touch, Zara explained between breaths. Touch keeps our energy balanced. Without it, our power becomes wild, dangerous. I have not touched anyone in 7 years. Now the power is coming back all at once. I cannot control it. Then we control it together, Jake said simply. They reached a large room. It was the prison's main hall. Bodies of guards and prisoners lay everywhere. The battle had been brutal here. More pirates appeared on the upper level, at least 20 of them. They saw Jake and Zara. They aimed their weapons. There is no way out, Zara said quietly. Jake activated his communicator. Bridge, I need immediate extraction at the main hall. South wall, 30 seconds. Negative, Captain. Too many hostiles. We cannot land there. You will land there, Jake ordered. That is a direct order. The pirates started shooting. Jake pulled Zara behind a thick metal pillar. Bullets rang against the metal like rain. Zara looked at her hands. Energy crackled between her fingers. I can fight them. I can release my power. Can you control it? Jake asked. Zara hesitated. I do not know. Then we try something else, but there was no time. A grenade landed near them. Jake saw it, 3 seconds before explosion. Without thinking, Zara grabbed Jake and pulled him close. Her body exploded with light again. A protective shield of energy formed around them both. The grenade exploded. The blast was enormous. The shield held. They were safe inside, but the shield was draining Zara. She fell to her knees. Blood ran from her nose. Her skin turned pale. Too much, she gasped. Using too much power. The shield flickered and disappeared. More pirates ran toward them. Jake fired his weapon, but there were too many. Then they heard it. A loud roar. Jake's rescue ship crashed through the south wall. Metal and concrete exploded everywhere. The ship's landing ramp dropped open. Get in, now! Someone shouted from inside. Jake lifted Zara again. He ran for the ship. Pirates shot at them. Bullets hit the ground at their feet. One bullet grazed Jake's shoulder. He did not stop. They reached the ramp. Jake's team pulled them inside. The ship's engines roared. They lifted off immediately. Inside the ship, Jake laid Zara on a medical bed. A female doctor rushed over with scanning equipment. What is wrong with her? The doctor asked. Scan her, Jake ordered. The doctor ran the scanner over Zara's body. Her face went pale as she read the results. Captain, she said slowly. Her body is shutting down. Her cells are dying. She used too much energy too fast. What does she need? Jake demanded. The doctor looked at him seriously. Constant physical contact. Her species needs touch to regulate their energy. Without it, she will die. She needs at least 48 hours of continuous contact. No breaks, not even for a minute. Jake looked at his team. They all stepped back. They were afraid. Afraid of her power. Jake looked down at Zara. She was unconscious. Her breathing was shallow. Her skin barely glowed now. He sat on the edge of the medical bed. He took her hand in his. Her hand was cold. Too cold, Captain, one of his soldiers said nervously. If her power comes back while you are touching her, then it comes back, Jake said. He did not let go of Zara's hand. Lock down this medical room. No one comes in unless I call. Bring me food and water. I will stay here. For 48 hours, the soldier asked. For as long as it takes, Jake replied. The door closed. The ship jumped to faster than light speed. They were leaving the prison behind. Jake sat there holding Zara's hand. He did not know if she would survive. He did not know if her power would kill him. But he knew one thing for certain. He would not let her die alone. Not after 7 years of loneliness. Not on his watch. Jake sat beside Zara for hours. He held her hand constantly. His team brought food and water through a small slot in the door. They did not enter the room. They were still afraid. Jake did not care what they thought. He made a promise. He would keep it. After 6 hours, Zara's eyes slowly opened. She looked confused. Then she saw Jake sitting beside her. She saw their hands together. You are still here, she whispered. I told you I would stay, Jake said. Zara tried to pull her hand away. You should not. My power might return. I could hurt you. I could kill you. Jake held her hand gently but firmly. Then I will die doing the right thing. But I do not think that will happen. I trust you. Tears filled Zara's eyes. Why? Why do you trust me? You do not even know me. Jake was quiet for a moment. Then he spoke. 5 years ago I lost my family. The war destroyed my home planet's colony. My wife, my daughter, everyone I loved died in one day. Zara listened silently. After that, I became a soldier. Jake continued. I thought fighting would help. But it did not. I was angry all the time. I felt empty. Alone. Even when I was surrounded by people, I felt completely alone. I know that feeling, Zara said softly. One day an old soldier told me something, Jake said. He said loneliness is the worst prison, worse than any cell, worse than any war. And the only way to escape that prison is connection, real connection with another person. Jake looked at Zara. You have been in that prison for 7 years. I will not let you stay there one more day. Zara cried quietly. No one had shown her kindness in so long. No one had cared whether she lived or died. Tell me about your home, Jake said. Tell me about Lumina. So Zara talked. She told him about her beautiful planet, the crystal forest that sang in the wind, the twin moons that glowed purple at night, her family, her friends, the festivals where everyone held hands and shared energy and joy and celebration. Jake listened to every word. He asked questions. He laughed at her funny stories. He looked sad when she talked about losing everything. Hours passed. Then more hours. They talked about their lives, their memories, their pain, their hopes. Do you have any hope left? Jake asked her. Hope for the future? Zara thought carefully. I do not know. For 7 years I only hoped to die quickly. But now... She looked at their joined hands. Now I feel something different. Something I have not felt in a long time. What is that? Jake asked. Maybe, Zara said quietly. Maybe I can live again. Maybe I can be more than a prisoner, more than a weapon. Jake smiled. You were never just a weapon. You are a person who deserves a life. Suddenly the ship's alarm blared. Red lights flashed. The medical room shook violently. Jake's communicator activated. Captain, we have a problem. The pirate leader tracked us. A massive warship just appeared. They are demanding we hand over the prisoner or they will destroy us. Jake stood up but kept holding Zara's hand. How long until they attack? 2 minutes. Maybe less. All hands to battle stations, Jake ordered. Prepare for combat. He looked at Zara. I have to go to the bridge. I have to lead my crew. Zara's face filled with fear. No. If you leave, if you let go, I will lose control again. The doctor said I need constant contact. I know, Jake said. But if I do not fight, everyone on this ship will die. Including you. I do not want you to die protecting me. Zara said desperately. Jake squeezed her hand. Listen to me. You are stronger than you think. You controlled your power before. You protected me with your shield. You can do it again. I was touching you then. The connection helped. Jake pulled out a small communicator device. He put it in Zara's hand. Keep this. I will wear mine. We will stay connected through voice. Talk to me, listen to my voice. That is connection too. Not as strong as touch, but it will help. Another explosion rocked the ship. Closer this time. I have to go now, Jake said. He started to let go of her hand. Zara grabbed his hand tighter. What if I fail? What if I lose control and destroy the ship? Jake looked into her eyes. Then we fail together. But I believe in you. Believe in yourself. He gently pulled his hand away. For the first time in 12 hours, they were not touching. Zara felt the absence immediately. It was like losing warmth in a cold room. Her power stirred inside her, restless, dangerous. Jake ran to the door. He looked back one more time. Stay strong. I will come back. I promise. The door closed behind him. Zara sat alone in the medical room. She could hear explosions. The ship shook again and again. Battle had begun. She pressed the communicator to her ear. She could hear Jake's voice giving orders. Evasive maneuvers. Return fire. Protect the engine room. His voice helped, a little, but not enough. Her body started glowing again. Energy crackled along her arms. The medical equipment sparked and died. Cracks appeared in the walls. Jake, she whispered into the communicator. It is happening. I cannot stop it. Through the chaos of battle, she heard his voice. Yes, you can. Breathe slowly. Focus on my voice. You are not alone. But then the ship was hit hard. Very hard. The lights went out completely. Emergency power kicked in weakly, and Jake's communicator went silent. Dead. Jake? Zara called. Jake. Answer me. Nothing. Only static. She was alone again. Her power exploded outward. Energy filled the room like a storm. The walls cracked deeper. The floor buckled. The medical bed melted. Zara screamed. Not from pain, from fear. Fear of being alone. Fear of losing control. Fear of killing everyone. The energy grew stronger. It would burst through the walls soon. It would destroy the entire ship. She was the monster they always said she was. She was death itself. The door exploded open. Through the blinding light and energy, a figure ran into the room. Jake. He was bleeding from a cut on his head. His armor was damaged, but he ran straight toward her. Stay back. Zara screamed. I will kill you. Jake did not stop. He walked right into the storm of energy. It burned him. His skin turned red. Smoke rose from his armor, but he kept walking. He reached her. He grabbed both of her hands. You are not alone, he said through the pain. Not anymore. Not ever. The energy storm raged around them. Zara's power was out of control. The walls of the medical room glowed red hot. Metal began to melt. "Let me go," Zara cried. "I am hurting you." Jake's hands were burned. His skin was blistering, but he held on tighter. "I am not letting go. Never again." Outside the room, Jake's team shouted through the communicators. "Captain!" "What is happening?" "The entire ship is shaking." Jake ignored them. He looked directly into Zara's glowing eyes. "Listen to me. Your power is not evil. It is not a curse. Your people used it to heal, to build, to connect. Remember that. Remember who you really are." Zara's mind flashed back. Memories of her home, her mother holding her hand when she was scared, her father teaching her to control her energy, her friends forming circles, holding hands, sharing warmth and light, connection, love, balance. "I remember," she whispered. "Then take control," Jake said firmly. "Use me as your anchor. Feel my hands. Feel the connection. Let it guide you." Zara closed her eyes. She focused on the feeling of Jake's hands in hers, the warmth, the strength, the trust. Slowly, very slowly, the wild energy began to change. It stopped exploding outward. It started flowing in a pattern, a rhythm, like a heartbeat. The light around them shifted from harsh white to soft blue. The heat decreased. The walls stopped melting. Zara opened her eyes. They were still glowing, but calmer now, controlled. "You did it," Jake said with a tired smile. But they were not safe yet. Another massive explosion rocked the ship. The pirate warship was still attacking. "We need to end this battle," Jake said. "Can you help me?" "How?" Zara asked. "The pirate's ship runs on energy cores," Jake explained quickly. "If you can release a controlled electromagnetic pulse, you can disable their systems without killing anyone. But it needs to be precise, very precise. I have never done anything like that before," Zara said, her voice uncertain. "You just controlled a power storm that could have destroyed this entire ship," Jake said. "You can do this. We will do it together." They ran to the bridge. Jake's crew stared at them in shock. Zara was glowing like a blue star. Energy danced across her skin. "Captain," the navigator said nervously. "What is the plan?" "We are going to disable their ship," Jake announced. "Bring us closer to the pirate warship. Full speed. That is suicide," someone protested. "Do it," Jake ordered. "Trust me." The ship turned and flew straight at the massive pirate warship. Alarms blared. Everyone held on tight. Jake stood beside Zara at the front of the bridge. He took her hand. "When I say now, release your pulse. Aim it at their ship. I will help you focus." The pirate warship grew larger in the view screen. It was 10 times bigger than Jake's ship. Its weapons charged for one final devastating shot. "Now," Jake shouted. Zara released her power. But this time it was not wild, not chaotic. Jake's touch kept it focused. The energy flowed from her body in a perfect beam of blue light. The beam struck the pirate warship. Every light on the enemy ship flickered and died. Their weapons powered down. Their engines stopped. The entire warship went dark and silent, disabled, not destroyed. Jake's crew cheered. They had won, but Zara collapsed. She had used too much energy again. Jake caught her before she hit the floor. He always caught her. "Medical team to the bridge," Jake called. Now, the doctor arrived quickly. She scanned Zara. She will be okay. She just needs rest. And continued physical contact for another 24 hours. She will get it, Jake promised. Days passed. Zara recovered slowly. Jake stayed with her the entire time, following the doctor's orders. His crew began to see Zara differently, not as a monster, not as a weapon, but as a person who had saved all their lives. One by one, they came to thank her. Some even shook her hand. Zara cried when the first crew member touched her hand without fear. Finally, after a week, the ship arrived at New Hope Colony. It was a settlement built for refugees from destroyed worlds. Humans, aliens, all species living together in peace. Jake and Zara stood at the ship's window looking at the colony below. It was beautiful. Green fields, clean cities, people walking together without fear. "What will I do now?" Zara asked quietly. "I have no home, no family, no purpose." Jake was quiet for a moment. Then he said, "The colony always needs people with special abilities. Medical work, construction, energy management. You could help people." Use your power for good. Will they accept me? Zara asked. After everything I am? They accepted me, Jake said. A broken soldier who forgot how to smile, who forgot how to live without fighting. They gave me a purpose. They will give you one too. Zara looked at him. Will you stay, or will you leave for another mission? Jake smiled. My next mission is here. The colony needs security officers. I requested a transfer. If you want me to stay, I will stay. Zara felt warmth spread through her chest. Not from her power, from something deeper, something she thought she had lost forever. Hope. She took Jake's hand. Not because she needed to for survival, but because she wanted to. Thank you, she said, for everything, for saving me, for teaching me that I am not a monster. You were never a monster, Jake said gently. You were just alone, and loneliness can make anyone feel like a monster. They walked off the ship together, hand in hand. The colony welcomed them. People smiled. Children played nearby. The sun was warm. For the first time in 7 years, Zara felt something she had forgotten. Peace. 3 months later, Zara worked in the colony's medical center. Her controlled energy could heal injuries, mend bones, restore damaged cells. The thing that once brought death now brought life. Jake worked as the colony's security chief, but every evening he came to the medical center. He and Zara would walk through the gardens together, sometimes talking, sometimes in comfortable silence. One evening, they sat on a bench watching the purple sunset. 2 moons rose in the sky. They reminded Zara of home. Do you still have nightmares? Jake asked her. Sometimes, Zara admitted. I dream I'm back in that cell, alone, forgotten, but then I wake up, and I remember I am not alone anymore. No, Jake said. You are not alone. You will never be alone again. A small alien child ran past them, chasing a ball. She tripped and fell. Zara quickly went to her, helped her up, and healed her scraped knee with a gentle touch of glowing energy. The child hugged Zara and ran off laughing. Jake watched with a smile. You have come a long way from the prisoner everyone feared. We both have, Zara said, sitting back down beside him. You taught me something important. What is that? That one person can change everything. One touch, one moment of kindness. One person who refuses to leave you alone in the darkness. She took his hand. You saved my life, Jake Morrison. Not just from the prison. You saved me from myself. Jake squeezed her hand gently. And you saved me too. You reminded me why I became a soldier. Not to fight, but to protect, to help, to connect. They sat together as the sun set completely. Stars appeared in the sky, thousands of them. Each one a sun, each one with worlds, each one with stories. And on one small colony, on one small world, 2 broken people had found each other, had healed each other, had saved each other. They were no longer the untouchable prisoner and the lonely soldier. They were friends, partners, family. They were home. The end.